Here, read this.
Woof.
Good morning from John Kay's Bookshop. I present you with the latest edition of the TLS. I wish I could say last week's TLS, but I can't anymore since the TLS went fortnightly. Still not really sure what I feel about that. That's a lie, actually. I know exactly how I feel about that. I hate it. I just want her back, her being the weekly TLS. There are so few things in literary life that are weekly. Most periodicals come out once every supermoon. Whole dynasties of sea turtles migrate in between new episodes of Here, Read This. It's a terrible shame. I'm not saying it's the biggest problem in the world right now, but it's definitely top 3. But I digress. We're here to talk about Sylvia Plath, Ariel at 60. It's the title piece of the latest edition by Seamus Perry. And I thought it was a good excuse, first of all, to show off my own first edition of Ariel. Not from 1965, this is a fifth impression of the first edition, so it came out in 1972, but still, it's a first edition. But yes, Ariel first appeared in 1965, 2 years after Sylvia Plath's death, and was an immediate hit, selling 15,000 copies in 10 months, as Perry reports. I really enjoyed Perry's article. He goes into the different meanings of Ariel, what it meant for Plath, and what influence she was drawing on. Obviously, there's the Tempest. There's also Auden's conception of Ariel as an emblem of spiritual and imaginative freedom. Perry mentions the separately imagined freedoms of Plath's collection, comparing and contrasting the sort of freedom embodied by an infant in poems like Yaw and Morning Song, which begins, "Love set you going like a fat gold watch, the midwife slapped your foot soles, and your bald cry took its place among the elements." He compares those kind of freedoms to later poems, actually the sequence that Plath intended to end Ariel with, her bee sequence, with its account of a beehive outliving their queen and their keeper and tasting the spring to come. Now, Plath intended these to be at either end of the collection, but one thing I've wondered about recently is how remote the sense of imagined freedom really are. Whether in the course of Ariel we see one golden cycle slowly transform into another, the fat gold watch that is slapped into life at the start of the poem, eventually turning into a kind of perfect circle of appetite and sweetness at the end. The beehive freed, outliving its creator, its ruler, its queen, but also metaphorically outliving the poet. Like the spirit of the Tempest, Ariel, the book, is set free into the world, independent of its creator.